Okay, so we're still in 8.2a polygons. Interior angles of polygons. Interior, that means inside. So we're going to look at the angles on the inside of polygons. We're going to draw some diagonals inside the polygons, okay? So it says, how to find the sum. Sum just means to add. So how to find the sum of all the interior angles. So we're going to add up all the angles on the inside of a polygon. So if I look, here's a square. Here's an angle, an angle, an angle, an angle. And I go, if I add up all these angles, how much is it going to be equal to? Well, all we have to do is we cut it into triangles. We cut a diagonal and we make it into two triangles, and we go, if I add up all these angles in a triangle, it's 180. And if I add up all these angles in a triangle, it's 180. So I have two triangles. So 2 times 180 is 360. So a square has 360 degrees, or if I add up all the angles in a square, it's always equal to 360. So let's look at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. A pentagon. I just pick any point, cut it up into triangles, and I go, oh, there's 3 triangles in there. So 3 times 180 is 540. So when we have a pentagon, if I add up all these angles, it's going to be equal to 540 degrees. Okay. So now it says hexagon, X. That means 6. Oh, just wait, I think there's a mistake. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's a mistake here. It should say heptagon, because there's 7 sides. Okay, so I just pick any vertex, any point. Let's pick that one. And I start drawing lines out to each corner there. And I say, well, how many triangles did I make? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I made 5 triangles. So I go, well, each triangle is 180 degrees. So I go 5 times 180 degrees. That's equal to 900. So every time I have a heptagon and I add up all the angles inside a heptagon, it's going to equal to 900 degrees. Let's do octagon. Let's check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah. So let's pick any point. Here's a point. And I'm going to draw lines going over to that point. How many triangles are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 triangles. So 6 times, each triangle has 180 degrees. So I go 6 times 180 degrees equals 1080 degrees. So whenever we have an octagon, and we add up all the angles, it will always be 1080. Okay, so now, here's the polygon. The number of sides the polygon has, the number of triangles, and the sum. Sum means to add up all the inside angles. Okay, what's the total? So, hexagon has X, so it's 6 sides, and when I cut it up, it makes how many 6 sides? Let's check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 sides. How many triangles does it make? 1, 2, 3, 4. Makes 4 triangles. And so how do I find the total number of angles in there? I go 4 triangles, so 4 times 180 is equal to how much? 720. Let's do heptagon. Hept, there's no easy way to remember, it's 7. So it has 7 sides, and we're going to pick one point, one vertex, and connect them all to make triangles. There. How many triangles did I make? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 5 triangles. So to find the total number of angles in a heptagon, I go 5 times 180, which is equal to 900. Okay, octagon. Octagon is like an octopus. So I know it has 8 sides. how many triangles can I make? Let's pick a point. Oops, that one looks funny. Let me do that one nicer. There, and then that. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I made 6 triangles. So if I add up all the angles in an octagon, I go 6 times 180, and that's going to equal 1080. Let's change this one to, say, a 52gon. That's a polygon that has 52 sides. I can't draw that. That's going to take too long. So how would we figure that out? Okay, it has 6 sides. There's 4 triangles. 7 sides, 5 triangles. 8 sides, 6 triangles. Oh, you just subtract 2. It's always 2 less. So if it has 52 sides, there's going to be 52 minus 2 is going to be 50 triangles. Okay? There's going to be 50 triangles. So I would just go 50 triangles times 180 degrees. So in a 52gon, so a polygon with 52 sides, it will have 9,000 degrees inside. Okay. But now when we do questions, it's not going to look like this. It's going to look like this. What is the sum, that means add them all up, of the interior angles in a nonagon? So that's asking for the total. So, there's 2 ends. The number 9 has 2 ends. So this has 9 sides. So step 1, it has 9 sides. No, let's not do that. Step 1, 9. Okay, we know it has 9. So I go, okay, 9 minus 2 equals 5. So that means I can make 5 triangles. So 5 triangles. So because I know I can make 5 triangles, I go 5 times 180. And in total, just wait, why 5? What's 9 minus 2, Rebecca? Silly me. 9 minus 2 is 7. Let's start this again because... Okay. A nonagon has 9 sides. So step 1, I subtract 2 and I get 7. That means I can make 7 triangles. Then step 2, I take that 7 and I go times 180 degrees. And that's going to be 1,260 degrees. So in total, that nonagon has, if I add up all the angles inside the nonagon, it will have that many degrees. Sum, so we're asking for the total of the interior angles of a decagon. A decagon is like a decade, 10 years. So 10 years, 10 sides. But I have to go 10 minus 2 equals 8, so I can make 8 triangles. So, step 2, I have to go, okay, 8 triangles means in total I have 8 times 180 degrees, which is 1,440. Okay? So when they're asking for the sum of the interior angles, it means in total for the whole shape. Let's go to the next side. So here's a regular polygon. What's regular mean? It means they all look nice. What does it mean to look nice? All the sides are the same and the angles are the same. Okay, so it says what is the sum of the interior angles? So add them all up. Okay. So here we want the total. And I want to know the number of sides. And now I want to know for each angle. I want to know for each angle. So I want to say, okay, how much is each angle going to be? Okay, so a quadrilateral has 4 sides. So 4 minus 2 equals 2. So I can make 2 triangles. So in total, a quadrilateral has 360 degrees. It has 4 angles, 4 sides. So I go 360 divided by 4 is 90. That means each angle here in a regular polygon, oh, that's not a regular polygon. These sides are not the same. I have to change that picture. Okay, so it means each angle is going to be 90. So a pentagon. Okay, a pentagon has 5 sides. So 5 minus 2 equals 3. So I can make 3 triangles. So 3 times 180 is, yep, 540. So in total, I have 540 degrees, but I want to know how much is it for one angle. So how many angles do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I divide that by 5, and I get 108. So each angle inside a pentagon, a regular pentagon, is going to be 108 degrees. Hexagon, x, 6. They both have an x. So hexagon has 6 sides. So I have to go 6 minus 2 equals 4. So I make 4 triangles. That's step 1. Step 2, if I have 4 triangles, so in total, a hexagon will have 720 degrees. How many sides does a hexagon have? 6. So now I want to find out for one angle, how many degrees is that? So I take the total, and I divide it by 6, and I go, oh, 120. So each angle here is going to be 120. 120, 120, 120, 120. Okay, heptagon. Hept, that has 7 sides. So step 1, 7 minus 2 equals 5. So I can make 5 triangles. If you want, you can draw it. You can connect them and go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes, I can make 5 triangles. Step 2, I take 5 times 180, and that is 900. So in total, there's 900 degrees in that heptagon. But I want to know for one angle. So I have 7 sides. So I have to take the total, divide it by 7, and that's going to give me something crazy. 128.57 blah 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 blah. Does the 7 tell the 5 to go bigger or stay the same? Yeah, 7's big, so it's going to go 128.6 degrees. Okay. Octagon, that's like an octopus. Okay, so 8 sides. So step 1, 8 minus 2 equals 6. You can draw them and see how many triangles you make. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. But you don't have to draw them. You could just subtract 2 and you say, oh, I make 6 triangles. Step 2, I go 6 times 180 degrees, and that is 1080. So in total, there's 1080 degrees in there. So what I have to do, how many sides is there? 8 sides. So I have to go the total divided by 8 sides, and it's 135. So each angle in here is going to be 135 if it's regular, meaning it's nice. So let's do like something big. Let's say a 32gon. So if I have an object, a polygon that has 32 sides and it's regular, how much is each angle in a 32gon? Well, step 1, 30, oops. Step 1 is 32 minus 30 equals, no, not 30, no, let's try that again. Minus 2 equals 30. So I can make 30 triangles if I cut this up. So then step 2, I just go 30 times 180 degrees equals 5,400. So in total we have this, but I want to know for one angle. So take the total and I divide it by, how many sides does it have? 32 sides. So I'm going to divide it by 32. And that's 168.75. So each angle is 168 point a little bit. But it's not going to look like that. It's going to, the questions are going to look like this. What is the measure you know, like mascara, what to measure something. What's the size of each angle in a regular nonagon? Non, 2n, so it's 9. Okay, so step 1, each angle, that means for one angle. So I don't want the total, I want to know how much is one angle in a regular nonagon. So step 1, 9 minus 2 equals 7 triangles. So I can make 7 triangles. So then I have to find the total. Step 2, 7 times 180 degrees equals 1260 degrees. That's my total. So in the whole nonagon, there's 1260 degrees. Step 3, I have to find 1. So I take the total, and I divide it by, how many sides does a nonagon have? 9. And that gives me 140 degrees. And that is for one angle. So for each angle, it's going to be 140 degrees. Decagon, decade, 10 years. So you try that one. I'm going to turn the page. Okay, so it says, draw a picture of the shape, cut it into triangles. How many angles are in the shape? Okay, I need a pencil sharpener. What is the sum of the measures of the interior angles of a triangle? Okay, triangle, I draw it, cut it into triangles. It's already a triangle. How many angles are in the shape? So if I add up all of these angles in a triangle, it's always 180 degrees. So halas, I'm done. Okay, that's a weird one because it's the most basic one. Okay, now we have the word pentagon. That's like CIA movies. Okay, so pentagon has 5 sides, so we have to draw 5. Okay, there, that's 5. So what is the sum of the measures of the interior angles? So sum, that means they want the total. That means all, they want everything. So step 1 is I have to cut it into triangles. I can make 3 triangles. So I just take 5 minus 2 equals 3 triangles. So you can draw it and cut it up, or you can just subtract 2. And that tells me I get 3 triangles. Step 2, I want the total number of angles. So I just go 3 times 180 degrees equals 540 degrees. That's my total. So halas, I'm done. Because they want the sum. What is the sum? When I add up everything in here, so if I take this angle plus this angle and this and this and this, it's always going to be 540 for a pentagon. Let's do one more. Heptagon. 7 sides. I have to draw it. 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Let's fix it a little. Okay, I'm not so good at that. I can cut it into how many triangles? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I don't want to draw, okay? So step 1, if it's a heptagon, I know it has 7 sides. I'm just going to go 7 minus 2 equals 5. I make 5 triangles. It's easier for me to do this than to draw. Because this, when I cut it, I can find that I have 5 triangles, or I could just take the sides minus 2, 5 triangles. Step 2, 5 times 180 degrees. That's 900. So in total, if I add up all these angles inside, it's going to be equal to 900 degrees. That's my total. And I know they want total because they use the word sum. And sum means total. Okay? And you finish the rest. Let's go to the next page. What is the measure or the size of each? Each means for one. For one angle in the given shape. So I have to find one angle. Okay, so a regular triangle. Regular means all the sides are the same. There. So I know that in total it's 180 degrees when I add up every angle in a triangle. So if I want to find for 1, I could just go 180 divided by 3, and that's going to give me 60 degrees. So that means each one of these angles here is 60 degrees. Because it says regular triangle, regular means all the angles are the same. So now pentagon. Pentagon is 5. I don't want to draw it. I just want to go, okay, 5 minus 2 equals 3. There's going to be 3 triangles. Step 2, I want to find the total. So 3 times 180 degrees equals 540 degrees. That's my total. But now it asks me for 1. So I have to do step 3. I take my total and divide by, how many sides does a pentagon have? 5. And then 540 divided by 108. So if I had a regular pentagon, that means each one of these angles here is 108 degrees. Okay? So when you want for one angle, you have to go step 1, step 2, step 3. But if you want just for the total, you stop here. Okay? So here, these questions here, what is the sum? You stop at total. You just do step 1, step 2. But here, they want for one angle in the regular shape. And so you have to go all the way to step 3. Okay?